Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 186, part 5, using Sefer Hachinuch, the mitzvah that keeps us on its way, the prohibition to slaughter sacred offerings outside the temple courtyard, and once again this is found in Parshas Acharei, which is in the third book, Vayikra. Among the laws of the mitzvah is that which the sages of blessed memory said, that if one slaughtered an offering outside of the temple courtyard, even if he then offered it up, i.e. he burned it up upon the altar inside the courtyard, he is liable for the slaughtering, because the act of slaughtering and the act of offering up, i.e. burning, each is the subject of a separate mitzvah prohibition. The mitzvah prohibition of offering up, written separately in Parshas A, which is mitzvah 439. Another law of this mitzvah is that a person is liable only for the slaughtering of kedoshim that are fit to be offered upon the altar. However, if one slaughters outside the courtyard one of those animals that are prohibited from being offered upon the altar, he is exempt from liability. For it is stated in Leviticus, and he has not brought it to the entrance of the tent of meeting to bring it as an offering to Hashem before the tabernacle, the Mishkan of Hashem, from which we derive that only animals that are fit to be offered as sacrifices in the Mishkan, or in later times the BJC Mitzvah A, the temple, are forbidden to be offered outside of it on pain of chorus. Interesting lashon there. But with regard to anything that is unfit to be brought to the Mishkan of Hashem as an offering, one is not liable for slaughtering it outside the Mishkan or in later times in the BJC Mitzvah A. These laws and the additional details of this mitzvah are elaborated on in the 13th chapter of Tractate Zvachim. The prohibition of slaughtering kedoshim outside of the BJC Mitzvah A applies in every location and in all times. For even if one slaughters an animal nowadays with the intent that it be a sacred offering, he is liable. Thus it is stated in the Gemara in Tractate Zvachim regarding one who offers up an animal outside the courtyard area in the present time when there is no BJC Mitzvah A, no temple, and the same would apply to one who slaughters outside the courtyard area in the present time. Rabbi Yochanan says that he is liable, and the halacha accords with this ruling of Rabbi Yochanan. The Hachinuch proceeds to the details of the liability. One who violates this prohibition and willfully slaughters kedoshim outside the BJC Mitzvah A courtyard is liable to chorus, as we mentioned yesterday, excision. Even if he has not yet offered up the offering, or the offerings, he is already liable to chorus from the time he slaughtered them. As the sages of blessed memory stated, one is liable for the slaughtering by itself, and one is liable for the offering up by itself. If one inadvertently, unintentionally transgresses the prohibition and slaughters an offering outside the courtyard, he is liable to bring a fixed chatas offering during the time of the temple. Right? Obviously nowadays we just have tshuva, and that also hopefully helps. But in the times of the temple, we would have to bring a chatas offering, sin offering. Thank you for listening. We finished Baruch Hashem Mitzvah 186 to sponsor future mitzvah. $36, $100 for the gold. Have a great day.